What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. And if you guys did not watch my episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest issue from this past Friday, which you guys should check out, I recommend you guys check it out. You will know that I was talking about the pros and cons of the next course set, Darkwing Blast, which will be released in the TC, which I believe in the TCG, or actually, sorry, in the OCG will be released in October. And in the TCG, I'm assuming we'll probably get it sometime next year, or something like that. I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly when. I think it was gonna be in the TCG this coming October. So I'm assuming that sometime in August we will be getting the booster set. And as promised, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the brand new Blackwing support that we will be getting in this set, including a new Blackwing dragon that basically is a board wipe. So let's get straight into it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you guys do enjoy it, and you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And as always, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. The links will be in the description, as will the info to my fan mail. It is also in the description as well. Let's get straight into it. First up, we have Blackwing Vata the Knave, which is a 2-star Darkwing based tuner, obviously, with 800 attack and 0 defense. And the first effect is basically a Cyber Dragon. I think all the Blackwings have a Cyber Dragon effect, so I'm not really gonna talk about the Cyber Dragon effects. But the second effect I will be talking about. So obviously, the first effect of all the Blackwings, except for a few of them, say if you control a Blackwing monster other than insert name of Blackwing, you can special summon this card from your hand. So it basically acts, so they all act as Cyber Dragons, which obviously is incredible. But the second effect usually is where sometimes where the combos can get really nasty. This one reads: during your main phase, you can send this card on the field and one or more Blackwing non-tuners from your deck to the grave, whose totals equal exactly 8, and if you do, special summon one Blackwing Dragon from your extra deck, and you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except dark monsters. So this is basically a one-card Blackwing Dragon, basically. So if you have this on board, and let's say you have, let's say you have this card, I'll say Bora and Harmat in the Dust. Let's say that's 8 stars worth of monsters. You can summon Blackwing Dragon directly from your extra deck right off the bat. It's essentially a one-card Blackwing Dragon. So Blackwing Dragon could be meta again. It's a possibility. I know that I've been running Blackwing Dragon in my Blackwing deck, but now I have a reason to play Blackwing Dragon. This card is essentially a one card Blackwing Dragon, and if you're able to stick this on board and get its effect off, it's essentially just GG. That's all it is. Next up, we have Blackwing Shamal the Sandstorm. And also, before I forget, there's a note here under Vata's effect that reads: Vata is a Sanskrit word meaning wind. So that's actually pretty cool. Blackwing Shamal the Sandstorm, 4-star Darkwing based tuner, 1600 attack, 0 defense. And this one actually has two separate effects, which are not similar, which are different from the in which I think all of these are all yeah. So Vata So Vada is the only one that has that has the original Blackwing Dragons, the original Blackwing's effect. Everything else, all the other Blackwings, their first effect is different. So that's pretty cool. But both of Shamal's effects are once per turn. First effect reads: you can send this card from your hand or field to the grave. Place one Black Feather Whirlwind from your deck face up in your spell trap zone. So this is basically a way to just easily get out Black Feather Whirlwind and just combo off from there. Kind of similar to Simoon, the Poison Wind, where you're able to activate Black Whirlwind directly from your deck, and then you can just automatically normal summon Simoon, and you're able to get the Surge because of Black Whirlwind, which is actually a pretty cool combo. By the way, shout outs to Starbucks for the coffee, not sponsored. Coffee is awesome. For some reason, my coaster moved. There we go. Second effect reads: if a Blackwing Synchro monster or monsters and or Blackwing Dragon is special summoned to your field while this card is in your grave, you can banish this card, then target a Blackwing monster in your grave, add it to your hand, then take 700 damage. Yeah, so it's basically I guess you could say it's a baby version of Simoon, but instead of taking the 1,000 damage, you're only taking 700, which is not too bad. But if you're able to stick Black Feather Whirlwind on board for a few turns, you essentially just have game just with that one card alone, which is really cool. There's a note here that says Shamal is a hot, dry wind that blows across the Persian Gulf during the summer. Ooh, I heard about that. I heard a lot about that. Back in the day. And your skin can get dry right the fuck quick that way. Next up, we have Blackwing Chinook the Snow Strike, which is a 2-star Darkwing beast with 100 attack and 700 defense, and the effect is a once per turn, which reads: you can send this card from your hand or field to the grave, and target one face-up monster your opponent controls, send a Blackwing Synchro or Blackwing Dragon from your hand, extra deck to the grave, and if you do, until the end of the turn, the targeted monster loses 700 attack, and its effects are negated, and it's a quick effect if you control a Dark Synchro. Okay, so basically it's basically an imperm extra foolish burial, basically. Excuse me. It's basically imperm with an extra foolish burial, which will give you fodder for Monster Reborn to resummon one of those Blackwing synchro monsters, which could be Nathan the Starlight, Blackwing Dragon, or even also cards such as Full Armor Master, Armed Wing, depending on what your extra deck looks like, or also Obsidian Hawk Joe, which I think is the only warrior in the archetype, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, it's an imperm. Not much else to say about it. There's a note here that reads: Chinook is the descending warm, dry wind on the eastern side of the Rocky Mountains that generally blows from the southeast and can rapidly increase the temperature due to the much warmer air it brings. Ooh, not bad. Nice little history lesson there. Or, I guess, a science lesson? Maybe a geological lesson? There you go. There you go. I guess maybe a geological lesson? Not bad. Next up, we have Blackwing Suthri, the Illusory Spark, which is a 4-star Darkwing beast with 1400 attack and defense, and the second effect is a once per turn. The first effect reads: when this card is normal summon, you can add one card that mentions Blackwing Dragon from your deck to your hand, except this card. It's basically a Stratos. It's basically a fucking Stratos. That's all it is. It's basically Stratos for for the deck. I don't have anything else to say about it. The second effect reads, you contribute one monster, special summon one Illusory Spark token, which is a 2-star Darkwing Beast tuner with 700 attack and defense, then takes 700 damage. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except synchros. So that's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. It's a way to not only get out cards like, what's the one? Cards like Oster the Southwind, and even also get out cards such as like, Black Feather Whirlwind as well. But also you have a tuner token, in which if you were to tune that token with Suthri, what do you get? You get Nathan the Starlight, which gives you an additional normal summon on board, which is absolutely incredible. I mean, it doesn't matter how you see it. The combos are just absolutely insane. I don't have anything else to say about it. There's a note here that reads, this card seems to be named after Sugri? I don't know about that one. Weird. The dwarf that supports the Dome of Heaven in the south in Norse mythology and is associated with southern winds. Okay, now that's a mythological lesson. That's pretty cool. Next up, we have Blackwing, Zonda the Timely Knight, which is a 6-star Darkwing beast with 2300 attack and 900 defense. And all 3 of its effects are a hard once per turn. The first effect reads, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except synchros. You're pretty... so you would literally... If you wanted to play pure Blackwing, you would have to run all Blackwing synchros. Literally all Blackwing synchros, which would be, I think, what? Also the Assault Blackwings? Let me take a look. Let's see. Deck editor, we'll go Blackwing. I need to take a look at that, because I think it's all... It would literally have to be all the Blackwings. Let's see. Monster, category, synchro, ability, attribute, I think they're all dark, type. Let's see. Let's go card pool, OCG, OCG, results, all, and let's search. Yeah, so it would literally have to be all the Blackwings. Yeah, I thought so. So as far as the Blackwings go, we have Assault Blackwing on Onimaru the Divine Thunder, Blackwing Full Armor Master, Blackwing Silverwind the Ascendant, Assault Blackwing Raikiri the Rainshower, which is essentially like a sort of like a Heavy Storm Raigeki of sorts. Then of course we got Shidori the Rain Sprinkling, Armor Master, Nathan the Starlight, and then of course the new Blackwing Synchro, which I'll talk about that here in a bit. Armwing, Graham the Shining Star, Sahaya the Rainstorm, and Sayo the Rain Hider. And then of course I think we got the Blackwing Dragons as well. So I'm assuming you would have to run at least one of every single Blackwing in the fucking format, which is hilarious. So I am definitely going to be doing an update on the deck at some point, but But once I get the deck up, I will definitely let you guys know. But yeah, first effect, basically it just locks you. It's sort of like a Buster Lock, but you're locked out. You're locked into nothing but synchro. So you have to run a pure synchro deck, or rather a pure synchro Blackwing deck, in order to not succumb to the fact that you're only allowed to summon synchros, basically. Second effect reads: if this card is normal or special summon, you can target one monster on the field, return it to the hand. Okay, so it's basically like a pulse. That's actually not too bad. Third effect reads: you can banish this card from your grave, special summon a level 5 or higher Blackwing monster from your hand or deck, and take damage equal to its attack. Ew. That might be bad. Okay, so this would definitely be maybe a 1 or 2 of, because obviously, yeah, it is true, you do get the compulsive effect, but the fact that you're taking damage, it's pretty bad. I mean, Nathan the Starlight is one thing. Nathan the Starlight is one thing. Shamal is one thing. But with this effect, that is going way over the line, in my personal opinion. And you guys know, and you guys know, I love the Blackwing archetype. I'm glad we're finally getting support for them. But this effect is just absolutely it's just absurd. It's just absurd. Yeah, you are able to special summon, but you would need to find a way to bypass the damage effect. And I think there might be only one way to do it. I think there might be one way to do it, but I don't know if that way is the right one. I'm gonna have to take a look back on Nexus. And if I'm right, I think there's only one card that can do it. I'll just go to a random deck. Effect. Recover from graveyard. Let's try gain life points. I want to see what cards can do that. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So the only card that I could potentially use in a Blackwing deck would probably have to be Oracle King Dark, because Oracle King Dark basically just lets me not take damage. So this card, I could probably put that card probably in the side or something. Yeah, that's like the only thing, the only card that could work. So I may end up doing that, but still, that ain't too bad. But that's definitely a 2 of in my personal opinion. Next, there's a note here that says the Zonda wind is a regional term for the foehn winds that often occurs on the eastern slopes of the Andes in Argentina. Ooh, okay, all right, not bad. Now we have the brand new Blackwing dragon called Blackwing Assault Dragon, which is a 10-star Dark Dragon Synchro with 3,200 attack and 2,800 defense, and of course a tuner Synchro and at least one or more non-tuner monsters. Must be either Synchro Summon or Special Summon by banishing a tuner Synchro monster and a Blackwing dragon from your field and or graveyard. So you would literally need to have Blackwing dragon and a tuner. So that's pretty crazy. Let's see. It has 2 separate effects. The first effect reads each time your opponent activates a monster effect, place a black feather counter on this card, and if you do, inflict 700 damage to them. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Basically, it's just a way to force your opponent to use up cards like Ogre and Ash and and of course Noster and all these other monster effects that either that have priority effects, or as a way to counter, you know, your search effects or something like that. That this card basically is a bait for that, which is hilarious. Second effect reads, during your opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you contribute this card with 4 more black feather counters to destroy all cards on the field. So the funny thing is that you would need to have at least 2 copies of Blackwing Dragon, or have a way to resummon Blackwing Dragon, and to be able to just use that effect again over and over and over again, which is insane. But this was the card that I was talking about in my episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, where it's a board wipe, and it can deal a pretty decent amount of damage to your opponent each time, which is insane. Even if it was on your opponent, even if it was on your turn, and you activated Black Whirlwind, and they decide to ash you, you can still chain Blackwing Assault Dragon, and then chain Call By, or I guess rather you could chain Call By and then this card, but it wouldn't matter. I guess it wouldn't matter either way. Either way, your opponent is still going to be taking damage, which is really insane. Next up, we have Blackwing Boris the Evil Wind. I believe that's how the TCG is going to be naming it, because we don't really know exactly. It is a 6-star Darkwing based Synchro Tuner with 2400 attack and 1200 defense, and requires a Dark Tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. Excuse me. And both of its effects are once per turn. I swear that dog needs to shut up. First effect reads, if this card is synchro summoned, you can send 1 Blackwing monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, this card's level becomes that monster's. Oh shit! Okay, so this is a much more better version of Harmattan. This is Harmattan on steroids. Damn. It's basically Harmattan on steroids. Maybe you don't need Harmattan. Maybe Harmattan the Dust is overrated. Holy shit. So this is a perfect way to... So this is a really hilarious way to get out Assault Dragon. That is hilarious, though. That's pretty hilarious. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah. Basically, it's Harmattan on steroids. Not much else to say about it. Second effect reads, when this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can banish 1 Blackwing monster from your face-up field or grave. Special summon the destroyed monsters you feel in defense. Okay, so it's it's Harmattan with Beauregard Dragon, where you can summon one of your opponent's monsters back to the field, but on your side. So this is a great way. So this is a great way to stop your opponent's plays, depending on what deck they play. You know, if they play, let's say L-Lich. Once, if you have all the copies of L-Lich on your board, your opponent essentially loses, because L-Lich is the only monster that's in the main deck. Unless if you count the traps, then unless if you count the Hakuero and the Conquistador, then yeah, I guess it's not the only one, but still that's actually really cool effect. Let's see. There's no underneath the card that says this card is named after Boris, the Northern Wind in Greek mythology. Ooh, okay. Next up, we have now for the spells. First up, we have Black Feather Whirlwind, which is a continuous spell, and it has two separate effects. The first effect reads: once per turn, if you special summon a Dark Synchro from the extra deck, you can target one of your Blackwing monsters or Blackwing Dragon with a lower attack that is banished from your grave. Special summon it. So it's basically a DDR. It's essentially a DDR if Blackwing Dragon is banished, because that way you can reuse Blackwing Dragon to summon Blackwing Assault Dragon and continue to get the board wipes off over and over and over again. Which essentially it's basically Zeus. So you don't really need Zeus in Blackwings anymore. This is Blackwing Assault, best Zeus ever, which is really cool. The second effect reads: once per turn, if a dark monster or monsters you control will be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can remove one Black Feather counter from your field instead. So I guess if any of your Blackwings have counters on them, you can just remove one of them, and you're essentially just good. You're essentially good to go. So it's basically a protection. It's a protection from cards, such as like Dark Hole or Regeki or pretty much any like board wipe based card, basically. So that's really good. So you would need to have at least 3 copies of every single card that can give you Black Feather counters, such as Oster the Southwind, or even also Blackwing Dragon if you were feeling risky and you wanted to take that big of a risk, then go for it. Run 3 Blackwing Dragon. At least that way you'll have more Black Feather counters to get the full power of the protection of Black Feather Whirlwind. So that's really cool. So it's Black Whirlwind on steroids, which is crazy. Next up, we have Blackwing Twin Shadow, which is a normal trap. There are 2 more cards to talk about in this video. So next up, Blackwing Twin Shadow, which is a normal trap, and it says that you can only activate that's only once per turn, and it says that if you control 2 or more Blackwings, you can activate the card from your hand. So that's pretty cool. Which reads: return 2 of your Blackwing monsters that are banished or in your grave to the deck and/or extra deck, a tuner and a non-tuner. Special summon a Blackwing Synchro monster from your Blackwing Synchro or Blackwing Dragon from your extra deck, whose level exactly equals the total level of those monsters, which is treated as a Synchro. So this is basically, what is it? Was it like Chaos Form? No. Was it Advanced Ritual Art? This is basically the Advanced Ritual Art for Blackwings, but instead of summoning rituals, you're summoning Synchro. So that's pretty cool. Plus you're shuffling cards back into your deck or your extra deck to go into more of your Synchro play. So that's actually really good. That is absolutely insane. And then last up we have Black Shadow Squall, which I believe was the name of Blackwing Dragon's attack, if I remember correctly. And it's a counter trap, so obviously it's a negation. So both of its effects are a hard once per turn. First effect reads: when a spell or trap card when a spell or trap is activated, you can remove 1 Black Feather counter from your field, negate the activation, and destroy that card. Second effect reads: if you control Blackwing Dragon, you can set this card from your grave to your field, but banish him when it leaves the field. Yeah, so it's basically a Judgment of Anubis for the whole deck. But what's even more crazy is that if you have Blackwing Dragon on board, you can set this card back to your field from your graveyard. But the sad part is, yes, you do have to banish it, but at least you're getting the full power of this card. at least you're getting out its full power by stopping your opponent's, like call by or imperm or even also skill drain, because skill drain is at 3 now, so this card could really be useful. There's a note here. There's a note underneath that reads the Japanese name for this card seems to be a mashup of Noble Stream, which is the attack name, and Black Burst, which is the removing counters effect in the effect. And the dub Shadow Skull Blast was its attack name. So that's pretty cool though. So I was right. It did have something to do with the anime, but all in all, I'm actually loving the new Blackwing support. I cannot wait to see what other what other archetypes that will get support in the set. But we will see. We will see what happens. But that brings me to the question of the day. What are your guys' thoughts on the new Blackwing support, and do you think Blackwings will finally be meta once again after over a decade? Let me know down in the comments below. And that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. All the links will be in the description below. And if you guys have any fan mail that you guys want to send me and you guys want me to open it up on the channel, all the info will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.